skies certainly aren't cooperating, Brock, but for a lot of those guys on the fields, this is perfect football weather. And as we welcome you to another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's an NFC fighting storm between our visitors and the home team. Leading the visiting sideline, as always, their head coach. His side hoping to stay above 500 after this week. They're 3-2 here today. And on the home sideline, here is their head coach. These guys are ready, as they always are, to play in front of this home crowd, hoping the extra surge of momentum pays off. So happy you could join us today. I'm Kate Scott with Brock Heward. It is time for some football. And here we go from Chicago. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran at QB.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard gain, several touchdowns, tremendous efficiency.
Look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Tried to get this one outside, Brock, but he did not make it. They stopped him right at the line of scrimmage. He's short.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, he cares less about those 2 numbers. It's more about the alphabet, like that little W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's the one back on the handoff. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Going deep here for the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. Looking inside the red zone. And he scores. It is a Chicago touchdown. These guys don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Escapes a defender. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops. The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Chicago.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. Now here it goes, down the right sideline. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now we're on the counter. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's a handoff. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instinct come to life.
3rd and long for him here. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their 2nd drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2.
It's 4th down.
Their punter making his way out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's going to push one deep down. It connects on the deep shot. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line.
At the 23-yard line.
All right, here we go. Second down. Back to the well again. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. That's 2 in a row. They've got third down now coming up. These guys better change up what they're doing on the ground here, Brock, because this defense has seen right through it these last couple of plays.
Yeah, we bang the drum all the time for staying on schedule. This is the epitome of being off schedule.
And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So fourth down, and out comes the field goal unit. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Fielded at the 7. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. If only every drive could start like this, right, partner? First and goal to begin this one. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And his guys push their lead to 6. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Has this at the 6. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up second down.
Second and 10.
Dropping back to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. Shoots away from one. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. First and 10 from the 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The running back gets it on the draw. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops. He picked up close to 4.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Looking in the air here. Now he takes it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Sending him on the dive. And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. First down run, nabs him 5. Now second and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up second and.
Now we're on the draw. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
At the 24-yard line.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Still anybody's game here in the early goings. Back to the Windy City in just a moment. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up second down. Blown back, it's the handoff. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up too. It's been an 8-play drive, and on play number 9 now, 9 is what they need on third down. To the air on third and long. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, get to down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. Now hold on a moment, folks. You got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're already on a modest little winning streak here. Currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Another carry for him. Escapes the defender. Up the sideline, past the 45. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Chicago.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Plowing up the middle. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
That's good.
They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that'll be first down, Chicago.
The 34-yard line.
Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're set backwards on first down.
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks that it takes some superhuman effort now on second down.
They're going to try and throw it here. Hauled in left side. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the penalty would have given them a lot of yardage anyway, Brock, but getting the catch, that makes it feel a whole lot better.
Look at his ability to not only work deep downfield through contact, but come up with the catch as well. You know, Kate, that's what scouts call competitive toughness. That's what a quarterback calls his best friend.
First time this game they've looked to him. It's 2nd and goal. The tight end in motion now. They give it to him up the middle. And the defense wins this rap. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
This is maybe one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now they're left with 4th and goal. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he takes it into the end zone for a Chicago touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys make it a 10-point ball game. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Nice game left side. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On first down, they'll run. And he manages to find a little traction on that Soaps field as he fights forward for a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw now. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
28, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
They'll air it out on 3rd. They bring pressure, and they're going to get to him. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
These defensive backs today, Kate, I am telling you, they're some of the world's greatest athletes. Not only do they have to cover elite speed, not only do they have to have ball awareness and go get it, they're asked now in today's game to get home and blitz and bring quarterbacks down. That is an outstanding play from the secondary.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. It bounces inside the 20. It jumps out at the 13. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. They'll run here on first down. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. It's everything he has under this one. Big gain downfield. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
He's now to the running back. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 1 yard. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of the football when they got a first down right in their midst, but that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Now this is a beauty of a kick. It's headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Now we're on the counter. This is headed perilously close to their end zone, Brock. That tackle sends them backwards to the 4. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Flush out now to his left. He's going to call himself. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're going play action. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line.
First and 10.
Looks like they're going option keeper on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on that carry. 2nd down coming up. Offense in the hurry up here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing from the gun here. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1st down, play action. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Setting up to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down and 20.
He's dropping back to throw. Finds a man right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Working quickly here.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 14.
He'll throw it. Throwing for the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott, and hope you are really today enjoying that dry studio as the rain continues to fall here in our 2nd half. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Guy play straight ahead. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive. First down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back-to-back carries here. Shoots away from one. Rolling into enemy territory. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. Give him 38 on that one. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
32-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Back to the well again. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This time it's a passing play. That one's complete, right side. And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down.
He has it on the QB sneak. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. He gets a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
He's going to throw this one. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
In the end zone.
Got to manage 3 yards here. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Here's a throw. Caught. Touchdown, Chicago. These guys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
They'll try this extra point. Weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And his guys tie this game up. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. A give now from the gun. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Sending him on the dive. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Taken down right at the line.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Throw here. 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
18 on the play. 1st down, Chicago.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Trying to force one through there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now looking to throw. Got in right side. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
There's a dive up the middle. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Jump off, caught by his back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops.
16 yards.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Right up the gut. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Working now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Brings in the kick at the 9. Making some progress here. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
Down and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Blown back to the backfield, and they give it to him. He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And no 1st down here. He's up to the 42-yard line. Another half yard, and he'd have had it.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
4 yards. That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Thrown back to the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he manages to find a little traction on that Soaps field as he fights forward for a couple. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Pass play coming here. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. They go play action on 1st down. Oh, the pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And After one play in his drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's just a field goal game right now. Still a lot that can happen. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. They kick the running back in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete out to the right side. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up third down.
Try and pick this up on the ground. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
41-yard line.
Another carry for it. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open, deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackle tries to meet him in the hole.
Into enemy territory in the yard at most from the first. That brings up 3rd down.
49-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to do it himself. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
48-yard line.
The give now out of the shotgun. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Stopped after a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing from the gun. Pressure's on him, and it's going to get home. He's dropped. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
They send a man in motion. He's going to throw it. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
Intended for number 24. Incomplete.
3rd and long for him here. Complete out to the right. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First down, Chicago.
And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
We managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Pick up with 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
He was taken down.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
Down to the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now the PAT try coming up. Extra points sent in through the rain. And these guys making a 10-point ball game.
30. Our home team, 20.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Starting from the 5. He brushed him off with ease. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And, Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Now here he goes. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 30-yard line.
Shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Running back gets it on the draw. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up 2nd down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down. Offense to the line fast.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, back to throw. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Goes to the hurry up here.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
To number 18.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time here. Taking a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. These guys making a 4-point game here in the 4th.
There are a couple different ways now to win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
That one right down the middle. And his guys cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh's set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first. It stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Back to the well again. We scraped together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up. We've got whistles and a timeout call by the defense. 2:07 left to play.
3rd and 10.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. Looking to throw. Oh, the rush is too much here. Down he goes. Now, just before the 2-minute warning can hit, Brock, whistles and a timeout taken by this defense. On now comes their punter. And they could really use a good one here. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. These guys trail by a field goal. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Draw play here. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Working fast as that clock ticks down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Setting up to pass. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
Another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll look to throw it. He's running with it. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 26-yard line.
Here he is to throw. That's incomplete on 2nd down. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Handoff now from the gun. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard, so that's going to bring up 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This will be a 44-yard look. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
Return starts from the goal line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Blown back, it's the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up.
Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. And there's still something being celebrated by the fans, isn't it, Brock? A coin toss might not decide the game anymore here in overtime. Both sides guaranteed a possession now, even if the first team scores a touchdown. And if we're tied after those two series, it is next score wins. Well, both teams have battled not just each other over 4 quarters, Brock, but these elements as well, and it's not letting up. Overtime is underway. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. Well, they couldn't quite get the job done in regulation, partner, but the home crowd rising now to fire them up and hopefully help them start this overtime period by taking the lead. First call here coming from the shotgun. First throw of overtime. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
A give now from the gun. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
Kind of a curious call there, Kate, because the passing game, it's not worked real well for them in regulation, and that operation, that wasn't good enough either.
And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. Chicago getting set to take the field now. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Drifting towards a possible tie, but they could avoid that outcome, partner. They can do something here. Ready to operate on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds him on the crossing route. They'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Running it now out of the gun. He's brought down after a gain of about 6 inside the 40.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Back to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
14 yards.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Chicago.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Second down pass play coming. Finds the in route complete. And he gets this forward to the 19.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
Throwing on third down. Gets it to him on the screen. And this is not going to do the job. They don't even let him get back to the line. It's fourth down.
It's a loss of
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
So here they are. A chance to win this with a field goal. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT. A familiar sight in this contest, Bronk. He's out there again for another field goal try. From 37 yards in the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
Makes the score.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. This celebration begins for our winners as we say so long from Chicago.